Hello, and welcome to Superdan, Dealing in the Desert.
Hello, champions. Do not adjust your screens. You know who it is. Superdan, Dealing in the Desert, of course. How y'all doing on this Labor Day, September 1st, 2025? We're about to play a $10 6 max, no limit, sit and go tournament. Pays top 2 spots. I got a message, I think the other day, of a guy who thinks I'm full of it when I'm talking about my amounts, so I wanted to make sure that you see I'm not full of it. Right now we're at 717. With the $10 sit and go, that's 727. Okay? Superdan started with 150, put in another 200 during the August promotion, and that's where we're at. Okay? You're going to get nothing but honesty and transparency here at the Superdan Cafe, that's for sure. So I hope you're enjoying the Superdan journey as much as I am. Things are going very well. Once I changed and tweaked a few things about my game and my attitude, good things are coming our way. So I just got to keep it going. And like I said in the previous video, the two things that have defeated Superdan in the past is tilting and playing too much for the bankroll. We have fixed both those things, and it's just been I can never do this right. An upward trajectory with a few bumps, but upward trajectory, which is what we want. So that's good. That's good. We want that upward trajectory. Let's see, 6-5 suited on the button. We'll do a little raise here, a little raise, 2.5x. We missed a flop, but we'll do a continuance bet, of course, a C bet. All right, he called. And I don't think he believes me. Let's do a big one. 300. Ah, he had it.
Bad play, Superdan.
I don't know why I feel like gambling today, and that was kind of dumb, but I've been very lucky today. I've been winning a lot. That's one of the reasons why we're at 727. I think last time I talked to you guys, we were at 650. So, I don't know. I felt like playing a little loosey-goosey there. Of course, it bit me in the butt like it's supposed to, because that wasn't really a good play, to be honest with you. Obviously, he had something. Maybe I could have bluffed him off it. Maybe I couldn't, but obviously I couldn't.
It's all good in the hood, Mr. Superdan.
So, moving on. This is obviously a better hand, but now I've created a table image. A loose, aggressive table image. So I'm probably going to get some action here. Maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah, I'm wrong. So much for the loose, aggressive reputation. Well, let's try it again. See what happens. All right, Wembley, our good buddy Wembley UFO is going to call. Wembley, he's in all of these. He just constantly plays sit and goes. Loves them. He loves them. We do hit a beneficial flop. That's good. Pair of jacks is good. Let's put in a little raise. See what happens. Try to get Wembley out. Just called. I think they have a Jack 2. I'm not sure how strong it is. Hopefully it's Jack 9 or Jack 8. We took it down. He didn't even have. He had nothing. Probably King Queen or something.
Yeah, buddy.
So that was good. We got a lot of our money back after that stupid first play.
Let's go, Superdan. Get some.
So I'm sure you're hearing all the hype about Las Vegas being down, tourists being down, and all that stuff. Well, I will say the gambling revenue is about the same. That has not changed. And I do have also news for you. The casinos are not going to lower their prices because they are in a bind with their shareholders and the price of their hedge funds of building these places in the first place. And so I'm not expecting that, but they could throw in some more promotions. And as I've heard, they're getting rid of stuff like the what do you call it? The extra hotel fee that you pay when you stay at their hotels. I heard they're working to get rid of that. Get rid of the paid parking, make it free again, or some sort. I don't know. I know they're making some adjustments, but you're still going to be paying, $20 for a hamburger and $15 for a bottled water. That's not going to change.
I say, damn, I say.
And they'll still have 000 roulette because people play it. I tell people, don't play it. They'll take it out, but people play it, so they're going to keep it in. It's that simple. In terms of the, Canadians staying away, I think it's more than just the tariff situation. I think it's also maybe the fact that the median two-bedroom household is $3,600 a month over there in Canada. Canada's very expensive if you didn't know that. So that could, the cost of living could be part to play. A lot of people don't know this, but did you know that Canada has a 200% tariff on our dairy products? Fact. Look it up. So that's okay, but when we put tariffs on their products and goods, not okay. So you're starting to get the message here of the unfairness of tariffs in the world. Now I understand why the other countries are upset, because when you take advantage for somebody for a long period of time and all of a sudden they start fighting back, you're going to be upset. If you're a bully and you punch a kid for his lunch money every day and all of a sudden the kid starts punching back at you, you're not going to be too happy about it. Well, that's kind of like the situation that I see us having. But we'll see how it all plays out. Despite all the doom and gloom economics out there and all the exaggerations, which there's a lot of, because you got to get that clickbait, right? Got to get the clicks and the likes. I think things will work out. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. I'm enjoying this farm rolled cigar. It is huge. Hey, uh, it's a big cigar. I mean, look at that. It's bigger. If it's bigger than my face, that's a big cigar, right? It's pretty good. So we are back to starting stack in this 6 max $10 no limit hold'em tournament. First place is $35.87. Second place is $19.32. Third to sixth place is a big fat goose egg. So whether you get third or whether you get fourth or fifth or sixth, you're paid the same. $0. That's the way it's set up. So somebody asked me, which one is better, Super Dan? Is it the six max sit and goes, or is it the blast sit and goes? And they're different. I wouldn't say one is better than the other. They're just different. Obviously, when you're playing a six max, a seven, an eight, nine, or even 10 max, player sit and go, uh, there's a little bit more skill involved. Not a lot, but a little more skill involved. Um, as you have longer blind levels. And the blast sit and goes is probably the most minimal skill levels, but there is some skill involved in playing these blast sit and goes. Yes, there is. There's definitely strategy. There's push and fold equity. There's chip stack sizes to take into consideration, but it's very fast. It's quick, but you're only playing against two other players, so you just got to beat two other players, which is easier than beating five other players, right? So it's a give and take. They both have their positives and negatives. The one thing I like about blast sit and goes is, number one, they're fast. So I don't have to spend a lot of time. I could just go right to the next one, and just churn them. But the other thing I like is a variable of the price pool, because yeah, you get a lot of 10s, but when you get 15s, when you get 25s, when you get 50s, I mean, that's a pretty good return on your investment. You know what I mean? But I mean, they each have their pros and their cons. It's up to your preference. It's the best answer I could come up with. Choose your poison. How's that? Choose your poison. Do you want poison from number A, the more normal six-handed turbo sit and goes, or do you want your poison to be the blast sit and goes? It is up to you. I'll let Bojangles have that one. I like that name. I've seen him before. Wembley UFO, I see him all the time. Ty Dub, yeah, I've seen him before. DJB17, it's another one with numbers after his name, which I don't like. And Check Jam, I don't know, never seen him. Check Jam. We have Queen High, Ace High, Ace Queen 10, Ace Queen Jack 10. We will give it to Bojangles.
You know, Superdan, it's time like this when I say to myself, time for a beer.
So, if I watch something interesting, I put it out there. And I was watching a YouTube streamer in Las Vegas. He's known in Las Vegas. He's called Never Leaving Las Vegas. It's this nerdy guy. He's he's pretty smart, quick-witted, and he walks around all day and he just talks about a lot of Las Vegas news that you may not get in the Las Vegas Journal. He talks about, tries to get to the truth of matters, and walks up and down the strip all day making fun of people and so forth and so forth. I like his shtick, and he talks a lot about the state of Las Vegas. He keeps a heartbeat. You know what I mean? So if you're interested in that sort of thing, the state of Las Vegas, coming from somebody who's right in it, I recommend his channel. Never leaving Las Vegas, or it could be not leaving Las Vegas. One or the other.
Oh, brother, please give me a break.
Just saying. So as of today, the Horseshoe Poker Room that I work in is going to start a promotion for the month of September. So you got the month of September to do this 50-hour promotion. You got to put in 50 hours in a cash game, okay, throughout the month. And if you do that, you qualify for a it's a shootout, almost like a sit and go. It's a 9-handed shootout where the top is 2 days. The first day you play in a 9-handed shootout, and if you win second or third, you get money. If you get first place is $500, second place $300, and third place $200. But that's not all. If you win your table, you come in the next day, you play another single table shootout, okay, with a $10,000 risk. So how that's paid out is $4,000, $3,000, $2,000, $1,000. Pays out 4 spots. So I think that's going to be a pretty popular promotion. I'm expecting it to be busier than normal for our room. But hey, you know, if you're a poker player in Vegas and you watch these videos and you're looking for, ooh, that's tempting, but I'm not going to call it. Let's see what we would have got. Yeah. You might want to give it a gander. Plus, you get all the normal promos on top of that. So you play 15 hours between Sunday to Wednesday or Wednesday to Sunday. You qualify for a player appreciation tournament that pays $300 to the top 36 players. You also get your $1 or $2 an hour comp. There's also high hands every 30-minute promotion where it's $100 for the highest hand. I mean, there's a lot going on. So it's good. It's all good stuff. All good stuff. Except for that flop. Does he have a similar hand? I'm not going to find out. Should I try a steal? It didn't work well the first time, but let's see what happens. It seems the right thing to do. I'm on the button. What is tie dub going to do? Tie dub. All right, got it through.
You don't say.
Good deal. Sometimes when you get lemons, you make lemonade. That's what Doyle Brunson once said. Sometimes when you get lemons, you gotta make lemonade. Love that saying. You know, you hear a lot of poker players who play tournaments are like, oh man, I was card dead, you know, and I just blinded down to nothing and blah, 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 blah. Sometimes, you know, you just gotta try to make your own luck. You know? Sometimes you just got to play position. You got to play your hand like you have aces. You know, in other words, sometimes you got to bluff. That's why you see like the best players. You know, they bluff a lot because you have to, because you don't get aces, kings, queens, ace, king all the time. But then again, we're talking about stakes that most people don't play, you know. Most people don't play those high stakes poker. This is low. This is definitely low stakes poker that I'm playing. So it's a different thing. It's a different thing, man. You dig? You jiving what I'm saying? Am I being disrespectful? No. Imitation is a form of flattery. You know what I'm saying? Boy.
Oh, brother, please give me a break.
Oh, boy. Anyway. I don't know. Superdan's in a weird mood today. I don't know why. Just in a weird mood. But thank you all for coming. Thank you all for watching. I do appreciate it. If you haven't already, click the thumbs up, subscribe, comment down below. Support the channel if you can. I do have a Blast Off with Superdan promotion that I keep promoting. Half the donation goes to the show. Half the donation goes to a blast sit and go that the donor and myself will sweat together and chop the winnings. Yes. More details are in the video description or the post section of the channel. Well, we definitely would get a man.
That's a bummer.
Oh, man, I should have called that. Oh, man, look at that. Damn. If only I had a crystal ball, right? It was a good fold at the time, that's for sure. Oh, man. Bummer, bummer. This one we're open-ended. Look at that. A 5 would make a straight. A 10 would make a straight. Jeez. So I got another question, which is why do I only play on WSOP.com? Because it's really the only site that is legal and regulated. And after what happened, I'm going to call this, by the way. Yes, I am. Stay on that thought. I'm going to call this, and hopefully we'll be good.
Good luck, Superdan. You'll need it.
Okay. You hit an ace. We need help. And we don't get the help. Out. It's the only site that is legal and regulated in Las Vegas or in Nevada. So yeah. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play one more of these, either a Pot-Limit Omaha or a No Limit. So I'll be right back. That was too fast. So hang in there. It's been 22 minutes. Hang in there. Alright, so we're back. How y'all doing? As you saw earlier, we lost with the pocket sixes. It happens. We were in a classic race. He had ace 7. We had pocket sixes. And he spiked an ace. What can you do? I chose the high variant route, and it didn't work out. So, onwards and upwards. We're now playing a $5 six-handed turbo Pot-Limit Omaha sit and go. As you can see, first place is $17.74. Second place is $9.55. Third through sixth place is a big goose egg. Now, as you can see, we still have the possibility of making a profit if we're lucky enough to win this. It won't be much, but it'll be something. If we don't win this, we'll get $9.55. We'll get a $4.55 profit from this, and we'll be down about $5.50. So, at any rate, let's get to the action window. Action window. There it is. Okay. And there it is. And look at that. We would have had jacks full of sixes. Man, bummer.
That's a bummer.
Already a bummer. First hand. Okay. I find that these are a nice bang for the buck because I find these run a little bit longer than your no limit hold'em sit and goes, and I find that the players aren't as good as the no limit hold'em players, so that's good. But you know, things still got to go your way. Always does. Okay, well, we got 2 pair. Let's do a small little bet here, 100. Because there's a flush draw. There's 2 flush draws. There's a straight draw. We do have 2 pair, king 6. Let's see what happens. Well, there goes a flush and a pairs of 5s. Don't like that river. Yeah, take it. Yeah. I was hoping for a big blank on that river, and it did not blank for sure. For sure. So, Pot-Limit Omaha, of course, you play 2 in your hand, 3 on the board. Only in that combination. The equities are much closer together in Pot-Limit Omaha than in Hold'em.
You must play 2 in your hand and 3 in the board.
So in other words, if you have aces in your hand, yeah, you might be a favorite, but you're not like an overwhelming favorite like in No Limit Hold'em. If that makes sense, because there's 4 cards now instead of 2. So that's the way it works. You're looking for straights, you're looking for flushes, full houses, 2 pair like I had before, and 3 of a kind are not necessarily that great. Of course, it's all dependent on what the situation is. Situationally dependent. Yes indeed. Situationally dependent. Even though 2's a hanger, I'm going to play this, see what happens. The blinds are still pretty cheap. Even with the pot bet, it's still not too bad. So now we're getting the pot odds, of course. 5, 6, 9. We do not. Does not really help us. Ooh, we got action. Wow. Okay. Queen 9, 4, 3. Not so great. So what else is going on? Not much. Like I said, Superdan does have a goal here. And the goal is to run up my bankroll for next summer's World Series of Poker, where the games get much better on WSOP.com. If WSOP.com would just get into a state like Texas or California or New York or Florida, a high populous state, it would be a different ball game. But they haven't been able to do that yet. So, nevertheless, there's still enough play on here to make it pretty good. When they got into Pennsylvania, it definitely helped a lot. I believe New Jersey, Delaware. Hold on. Let me make sure I got this right. Okay. Got to look it up here. Okay. It's Nevada, New Jersey, Michigan, and Pennsylvania. So only 4 states. So they need to do better in that regard, for sure. Now, some people, and I'm not saying who, get VPNs and play on GG Poker and play on Poker Stars and all that stuff. After what happened with Black Friday and Full Tilt and Poker Stars, Superdan would like to play a legal, regulated site. Thank you very much. Well, once again, we got 2 pair, and it's really 2 pairs is just really not that strong in Pot-Limit Omaha. I can't tell you. It's not strong. So there's a straight. There's a learning curve. If you're coming from a Hold'em standpoint, which most players are when they transition to Pot-Limit Omaha, there is a learning curve because Pot-Limit Omaha you got to think a little differently than No Limit Hold'em. And it takes time. It took Superdan years to figure out why he was losing all the time, you know. And still, it's not an easy game, for sure. I'm not saying I know everything. I don't. I'm constantly learning. But you know, we need a straight here. Is what we need. I think that's worthy of a call. We got 4-6. Let's call. See what happens. We make our straight. I think we're good. Yeah. All right. So we get some chips back. Believe it or not, they have 5-card Omaha, 6-card Omaha. They don't call it. They call it like Big Easy. They got these weird names for it, but yeah, you could play this with 6 cards. Not Superdan, but people can do that. And they got another game called Big O. Top 2 with a rainbow, I'm going to bet. Big O, which is 5 cards, and you play high and low. 2 in your hand, 3 on the board, high low, which is a popular game, especially during the WSOP. Actually, I just noticed we have 3 pair. We got an 8, a 10, and a 3. So, and we got a 9 for a possible straight. So we got a lot going on here, you know. We got a lot going on here. Okay, so that's a 9. Now we got 4 pair, 7. We didn't want to see that 7. Not a good card for us, but I think we still might take it down. Yeah, okay. That 7 was a terrible card. We'll take it. We'll take it. And now we're up to 1910. 1910. We really like to win this, obviously, because of that other sit and go. So. So I think I'm starting to learn a winning formula here, which is play within your bankroll, don't play when you're on tilt, and just concentrate on playing good poker. Don't worry about anything else. You do those 3 things, you're going to be all right.
Drop me some knowledge, Superdan.
Sounds easy,
idiot.
doesn't it? It's not easy, I'll tell you. You know, if you play this for any particular period of time, you'll find it's not easy. But it can be done. It can definitely be done. None of my cards are suited, but I'm still going to play because this can make a nut straight. Ace 7-4, we hit an ace, and that's it. No flush draw, no 2 pair. We're going to fold it. Yeah. King 10, 10, 9. I like this. They're close together. We got 2 10s here. Suited 9, 10. This could be something. It is possible. All right, let's pretend we have a 5. If they have a 5, we're going to know it very quickly. Sneaky Bunny might have a 5. I mean, why else would you call this? Maybe a straight draw. 5 or a straight draw. Let's check it. Check it. Okay. It's got queens. That beats me.
Take it down.
And Sneaky Bunny kind of played that sneakily. He lives up to his reputation. What a sneaky bunny. Sneaky, sneaky bunny. All right. This is bad news, bad news. We don't have a flush. We only got a pair of queens. There's nothing really here for us. So I'm just waiting to fold. Still waiting to fold. Anyway, if you don't know me, I am Superdan. This is the channel Superdan, the OG Superdan. Been around for quite a while now. I started off this channel as a channel for my hobbies. It mostly was video poker, but it also had plastic modeling, cigars reviews, jigsaw puzzles, online poker, backgammon, anything that Superdan was interested in. And that was okay, but there's a price to be paid for that, which is that people aren't really sure what they're going to get on the Superdan channel. You know what I mean? There wasn't a consistency. Like, for example, with Vegas Matt channel, the slot guy, you know what you're going to get. You tune in, he's going to be playing slots, he's going to make funny dad jokes, and he'll throw in some baccarat and some blackjack. You know what you're going to get. But when you don't know what you're going to get, sometimes you lose audiences. And I think that was part of the problem with Superdan. Oh, I would have hit a 5 there. Oh, that's a bummer. I don't have a full house though, but I still think that's good. 5 with an ace. Oh well, we'll never know. But I can't help that. I did try to make sub channels for that stuff. It didn't really pan out. So it is what it is. Right now obviously it's an online online poker channel. So and a damn entertaining one at that too, because I know. You know how I know? Because I've watched other online poker streamers, so that's how I know. This one's pretty good. We just got to get the word out. No, I don't play super high stakes, obviously. But I do play for money. It's real money, and it is my money that I'm risking. And that you could take to the bank. That's the truth. Some of these other channels, you never really know. Are they playing with their money? Are they playing with other people's money? Are they playing with real money? You never really know. It's a whole. You get into the weeds, you find out there's a lot of crazy stuff with this online streaming creator platforms. Sometimes what you're seeing isn't really what you're seeing. But on Superdan channel, what you're seeing is what you're seeing. It's the real thing. Okay, this is a very good hand.
That is a good hand, Mr.
We're
Superdan.
going to want to pot it. We don't want everybody in. But look at this. Ace, ace, deuce, deuce, double suited. Of course, we need a good flop too, right? Because like I said, the equities are small. And look at that. 2 diamonds and 2 eights. We're already probably dead. That's PLO. Okay, now we're really strong again. Hopefully somebody hit a flush, right? That's what we're hoping for here, that somebody hit a flush. What we don't want to see is 2 eights, but it happens, but it's rare. I mean, we're good. We take it down. Yay. Yay team. Yay team. So if you're one of those no limit Texas Hold'em players, or that's curious about Pot-Limit Omaha, or you're just getting into Pot-Limit Omaha, I highly recommend you start with the small stakes, like Superdan is, and play on those small stakes for a while until you start at least breaking even, and it's going to be a while because, like anything else, you got to, experience. You learn a lot through experience. Start reading tips and tricks about PLO, what to look for, what not to look for, and therefore, there's always something to learn for sure. And I'm probably intermediate player, maybe flirting with advanced, but I wouldn't call myself advanced. I'd say I'm intermediate. But the curve from beginning to intermediate is like this, right? And then the curve from intermediate to advanced is probably like this. And then advanced to expert is probably like this. And expert world class is probably like this. And that's kind of like the curve for any sport or game. For sure. Great hand. Wow, all over that. All right, 9975. They're connected. They speak to each other. They're connected. They got pocket nines. It could be made into something possibly good, but that wasn't great. It's getting better. Still not great.
Not bad. Not good either.
Let's make a small bet. And still not great. If Sneaky Bunny has a king, he's Sneaky's good. Okay, 8-7. Very good. Very good, Sneaky Bunny. You're starting to become my nemesis. My nemesis. Now a no limit Texas Hold'em player would look at this and say, "Hey, why didn't you play that? You got ace king, right? Isn't that a good hand?" Well, not really. I mean, these cards they're not connected. They don't speak to each other. There's no flush except for the 7-5, which is a very low flush. Yeah, you got a king with an ace, but that's probably no good. So, we would have got beat. Remember, this isn't a 2-card game. This is a 4-card game. Okay, so in this one, we do have a suited ace, and they're kind of connected. So I am more inclined to play this hand and see a flop. And hopefully we get hearts. We do not get hearts. We do have an ace, but we don't have really anything with the ace. So what do? Let's just make a 50% bet. I'm fully expecting a call from Sneaky Bunny. No, okay. We'll take it. Anomaly showed me 2 pair, but who cares? Anomaly's on it. This is a very strong hand, strong starting hand. Ace, King, Queen, 10. Ace 10 is suited. This is one you're definitely going to want to play. You're probably going to want to raise with this. Which
Big money.
We will do a 3x raise. And if Sneaky Bunny pots it, we'll be more than happy to oblige and go all in. Let's put the pressure on Sneaky Bunny. We got a 10 with an ace and fold. Okay. There you go. See, once again, we're not playing this because they're not really speaking to each other. The suited is low. So if this was like ace 10 9 8, maybe, or ace queen jack 10, yeah. But no, not like this. Okay. Boy, it looks like Exit Bunny might be walking the green mile here. Maybe not. Nope. Okay. Sneaky Bunny's around to stay. Our nemesis.
If you catch a chinchilla in Chile and cut off its beard, willy-nilly, you can honestly say you made on that day a Chilean chinchilla's chin chili.
See what I mean when it's like a little bit slower than a no limit hold'em, sit and go. You know, still got 6 players. Yeah, it's a different thing. Man, we had so much opportunity here, and we just donk it. We just we whiff it. I guess that's the word. Whiff, miss. You know, it had so much potential. Sneaky Bunny on the comeback. On the comeback. All right, I like the queen. I like the jack. I like the 10. I don't like the deuce. But we're betting. We're putting in 40 to win 280. That's pretty good odds. The flop is not great. It's not a disaster, but you know, we don't have a heart draw. We don't have a 7. Let's bet half pot. I got a feeling somebody's slow playing something.
Not bad. Not good either.
Maybe they're on the heart draw.
Yeah, buddy.
Yes. I think they're on the heart draw. Let me check, because you could look at the previous hands. No, they had ace 4 3 3. They had absolutely nothing. Wow. Okay, see what I mean? About playing Pot-Limit Omaha? I'm telling you, it's worth learning. You're going to find people making a hell of a lot more mistakes than in No Limit Hold'em. Oh, I wish I played. We just turned the nuts. And there's no heart. Nobody has hearts, so we would have took that down. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we would have took that down. Dang, that was a missed opportunity. See, you're going to find when you play PLO that there's going to be hands that you wish you played but didn't play. And there's going to be hands that you didn't play that you wished you played. You can quote me on that one. So if we keep our tra- trajectory, if I could say that right, uh, since we started doing this, we keep going up. It's not going to be a beautiful curve up in bankroll. It's going to be more like this, right? Up, down, but you're going to see the gradual increase. I would say that we could possibly get to 1,000 or close to 1,000 by the end of the month. It is possible. It is definitely possible, and you know, I was going to be happy with getting to 2,000 by next summer. We might make 2,000 before the end of December. If we're lucky, if we keep playing good poker, playing within the bankroll, not getting on tilt, those things. So I am cautiously optimistic. Good show title. Cautiously optimistic. And once we get to 1,000, we're gonna kind of increase our risk a little bit. We're gonna go a little higher because we have the bankroll to go higher. If that makes sense. So we're gonna be more comfortable playing $10 blast sit and goes instead of $5 blast sit and goes. We're gonna be more comfortable playing $10 tournaments instead of $3 and $5 tournaments. You know what I mean? So that trajectory that we're talking about is going to be a little bit more. It's going to be more. The variant is going to be more. But we got to get there first, and I'm not going to play anything that's outside a comfortable bankroll. I learned that lesson too many times. And pretty much everybody who's played poker for any period of time knows that lesson very well, and keeps a lot of people still keep learning that lesson. Like I said, if you have $100 and you're playing $10 sit and goes, you are playing. You're not playing within your bankroll. And it's important. Phil Galfond said how important it is. Don't take my word for it. Take Phil Galfond's. Look at that. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? We would have had the nuts. Damn. Another missed opportunity. Dang it.
I can handle things. I'm smart. Not like everybody says. Like dumb, I'm smart and I want respect.
I wish I had a crystal ball, people. I wish I had a crystal ball. Yeah, because playing within your bankroll, you play better poker because now you're making poker decisions. You're not making money decisions. You know what I mean? And that's very important. You want to make good poker decisions, not good money decisions. You want to be able to survive those downswings. And I've had a few of them already, and obviously we were able to not only survive them but surpass them. You know what I mean? And that's all due to playing within the bankroll and not tilting. The losing is going to happen. It's part of the game. The question is how one handles the loss. Here's another one I wish I would have played. That's definitely another one I wish I would have played. Open-ended straight draw, second nut flush draw, you know. Maybe I need to open up a little bit. Alright, so pair of nines. Wrong color all the way around. Sneaky Bunny is out. Down to 3. Sue in Vegas, Russell 153, and the Super Danny. Pretty good flop. 5's full. We're going to bet 200. Alright, took it down. And like I said, in Pot-Limit Omaha, if you got chips, you got a chance. For sure. In this crazy game. The cards are not impressive, but we are double suited. And we're three-handed. So we can open up our range a little bit more since we are three-handed. But 9-4-3 deuce, that's just pure garbage. I'm not going to play that. Except if you get a flop like that. No. No. Now I've been going 35 minutes on this one. All right. All right. Ace, queen, 3, deuce. Pretty good. Three-handed. Ace is suit. We got a suited ace. Got a queen with that ace. That's pretty good. Let's play it. Pretty good flop. Ace is full of queens. Gonna bet 300. Maybe somebody's on a flush draw. No. Unfortunately, no. That's a bummer because somebody could have an ace or a flush draw and we would have won a pretty good amount of chips there. All right, ace, jack, 8, 5. Very similar to that last hand. Let's bet 150. Let's bet 150. We got ace 8. Got ace 8. And one more, 150. I think if Sue had 3-5, she would have gone over the top on a turn.
Yeah, buddy.
Got this one. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. See, once in a while, Superdan gets it right. Once in a while. Even a blind squirrel gets an acorn once in a while. Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We would have flop open in a straight draw. We would have got there. Ah, man. Bummer. We would have had the nuts.
That's a bummer.
Who would have thought we would have had the nuts with that crappy hand? Alright. Jack, jack, 10, 5. Double suited. I'll play it. I will play it. Flop did nothing for us. The turn did nothing for us. The river did nothing for us. But it gave us 2 pair. Give us 2 pair. That's good enough. Take it down. Ace King 9-6, King suited. Yes, we will play this. See, we do hit 2 pair, but it's kind of dangerous. You know, the Jack Queen could make a straight. Somebody could have hit a 3 of a kind. It's a dangerous board, even though we hit top 2 pair. So
Questionable fold, sir.
I don't think I'm going to continue. I may regret that decision. And I regret that decision. But, you know, who would have known? I mean, you know, Sue did have the set. But that was kind of a bummer. If we would have won that hand, this tournament would probably be over. But, you know, I'm playing cautious, and maybe that was a little too cautious. I don't know. You know, hindsight's always 20/20, right? At the time, it was a good laydown. At the time, it was a good laydown. Okay, we do have a flush draw, but it's only 8 high. He's just blasting it in there. I'm gonna let it go. Look at that. Wow. All right, Ace Queen 10 deuce. All right, we're gonna go for it, people. We are gonna go for it, but we're probably gonna need a spade. We do not get a spade. I think we're out. Yep. Ah, that's a bummer. Darn it. I was hoping to get at least a win for you guys, but not this time. You know, like I said, you know, Superdan flips on the recorder. I have no idea how it's gonna go. That time it didn't go so great. It happens. We'll get him on the next one. Thank you for watching. I do appreciate it. Support the show. Subscribe. Click the thumbs up. See you in the next one. Ciao.
This is a short and sweet plug for Superdan's Blast Off with Superdan promotion. In short, subscribe and donate to the Superdan show, and 50% of your donation will go to the show. The other 50% will be played in a blast set and go poker tournament in which the donor and Superdan split the winnings. Details are in the post section of the Superdan channel and in the video description. Thank you for watching Superdan Dealing in the Desert. Always appreciated. Cheers.